Welcome back to Fun with Vintage. Today is my favorite kind of day because it is a thrifting day. We are going back to Goodwill and Savers today to help source for my vintage booth along with my website, and we did find some really cool things today. It's not a huge haul, but stick around to see what we did find. I actually am not into like hunting or ducks or really anything like that, but something about this piece was so unique to me. It's almost like a shadow box where, it's kind of lifted off the back, which I thought was cool. And then I just love this little hardware piece up here with the braid on the top. And it's actually signed from Christmas 1982, which I thought was cute. And I don't know. So, this is going to make a perfect addition to somebody's home. And I just love the charm of it. So how adorable is this? It is this huge crock from Annie's Garden, it says. It's hand painted, made in the USA, and it's got this cute little border on the top and this flower detail. It's pretty heavy, which is nice, so you don't have to worry about it like tipping over or anything, but perfect for spring, and I thought this was a really cool pickup. It was definitely just a pottery day today at the Goodwill because I found this little gem right here, again with the hand painted flowers. It's definitely textured. I don't know if I can get that to focus there. This is also handmade, I'm pretty sure, just because all of the texture pieces are, it looks like it's scraped on some sides and like there's a little imperfection here, but again, I just think that's what makes it so unique and gives it its charm. So I'm gonna pick that up 9 times out of 10 as long as it's in good condition. And I just thought that was so cute with a little plant in it for spring. So one thing the last year or two I have been trying to get into is plants. So I have officially kept 3 houseplants alive for over a year. And that is so far past whatever record I had before, so I'm very proud of myself. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but typically anything I try to grow dies pretty much immediately. So when I found this cute little studio pottery piece, the first thing I thought was some kind of like herbs to put in it. So whether I grow them on, my kitchen counter that I have like a little pass through above my sink, or whether it goes outside, I'm not really sure. But I got this one. It says it's from the Dip Kids. Originally, I thought that might be like one of those classes that you could go to and, make your own pottery piece, like a date night or a family activity. And based on my Google research, it just pulled up some guy's house. So I think that might be it. Maybe he has like a garage studio or something, but I liked how this way looked. One has like this more kind of golden color, or you could put it this way and you don't really have as much of that. I typically get drawn towards pieces that aren't, perfect or don't look, completely manufactured. This is a lot more organic. You can tell it was handmade by someone, and, even if they were just starting out, I just like the charm of it. And I'm gonna figure out some kind of herb to grow in it. So my first find at Savers today, I swear I always find something on the very first shelf right when you walk in. And I had this man trying to talk to me, ask me if I needed a cart, and I didn't. I just like beelined right for this cute little cat. So he probably thought I was ignoring him, but I couldn't wait to show you on camera. So this is actually a decoupage cat. I'm pretty sure it was handmade. And as you can see from the bottom here, it's just this little, I don't know what material it is, whether it's like a wallpaper or something that was just wrapped around, and they added this felt on the bottom. But I just thought the colors of it were beautiful. If you know anything about me, you know I love like the deep greens, light pinks, tan. So if you couldn't tell, this is right up my alley. I just thought it was so cute and will fit in with my booth perfectly. So if you haven't spotted the trend yet, another green piece, but I was obsessed with the shape of this. It's like a giant, like chalice almost, but it's definitely heavyweight. It's the perfect shade of green. I love the diamond kind of spiky detail here. It's definitely vintage, and it's got a scalloped bottom. So just the different details along the whole piece, I just thought was really unique, and I never really seen anything like that before. And when I found it on the bottom shelf, immediately I thought, how beautiful would this look like on a mantle or your bookshelf, and just put a plant in it with like, the cascading kind of leaves that come down, and just having this displayed with some kind of greenery, maybe like something that flowers. And I mean, how cute would that be? Having different levels of your plants or florals is really an easy way to make things look more interesting to the eye. And I just thought this might catch the light a little bit too. I don't know, something about it, I'm just really obsessed, so maybe I'll keep it for myself. took a much closer look at the wall that has all like the bagged items. Typically here and at Goodwill, I kind of skip by it. There's like baby toys and things like that, and I don't typically find, what I'm searching for my booth. But as one of my subscribers pointed out, I should definitely take a closer look. So I did, and I found 2 bags full of really great things. This one was a 3-pack of tiny little picture frames. I love this one. It's got such cool detail on it. I like the size, and I think this like brushed kind of antique finish on it will pop on any kind of bookshelf. This one though, I think these were $3.99 for the whole bag. I got this one with a cool little basket weave detail. This one is metal. It's definitely heavier duty. It says it's pewter, so really cool finish. I'd never seen one quite like that before. And then just a standard little, I think it's like a walnut finish frame. But definitely a size that you don't really see very often. And for $3.99 for 3 of them, that was an easy pickup for me. So the other bag that I found on the back wall had this really cute, it's like a vintage tip tray from Pepsi. So you would put it on like a bar or something, and a bartender, you put your tips in it. From my understanding, I just thought it was really cute, would make a really neat, nightstand tray to put your rings in, or, your necklace that you don't want to sleep in. And then how cute is this tiny little basket? It is woven, it's got this cute little detail on the front and this pretty pink flower. And I really liked it just for a decor piece, whether you put anything in it or not. And when I opened it up, I opened this up to see the condition on the inside, and it's actually like a nesting basket set. So it actually had 3 of them in there. And I mean, how adorable is this tiny little basket? I don't even know what you put in there, but it is the cutest thing ever. So I was pleasantly surprised with that. These 2 things really don't go together at all, but I'm not sad about it because I scored big on this. And something like this would be perfect for on your bathroom counter. You could put Q-tips or cotton balls, the little pads for your makeup remover, anything like that, just to make it look a little cuter and keep this like with your spring decor. So that was definitely a pleasant surprise. There was one more glassware piece that I found on an end cap, and this really kind of like amber glass is so pretty and classic to me. I love the detail on it. It almost looks like little eggs. But it's just a really cool, just like serving dish. I like the scalloped edge on it. It's in very good condition, no chips or cracks. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but everything does when you're buying it secondhand. And I think this would be a great addition to my vintage booth. Then I actually picked up this from another recommendation from a subscriber, and I'm not crazy about the painting or the print of the painting in the middle. I mean, it's cute and it goes with the matting really well, but I wasn't, totally in love with it. But because the matting itself is so nice, then I thought for $3.99 at Savers that I could definitely either put something else in this or sell it in my booth as is. I'm not really sure yet, but it was in great condition in the back. All of the little pieces are intact. The backing doesn't have any rips or anything in it. Someone did add some Velcro when they hung it on the wall, but that's not a big deal. And it was signed, and this print is 35 out of 50, it says. So most likely I'll just keep it the way it is, put it in my booth, and it'll sell, but just in case it doesn't, I can definitely reuse the frame and put something else in it. I stopped in the art aisle because I always find something there, and look at this beauty right here. It is so detailed. Cute little girl ordering some candy at a candy store, and gosh, I just love all the detail on it. The little flowers on her dress, her braided hair, how it kind of pops out 3D like that, his little bow, and just all the details. Let me see if I can get you a better look here. So when I looked at it, I did see kind of this back here that there was, I don't know, I didn't know if that was water damage or what it was, but I was so excited to find this piece because it's so unique that I didn't look that closely on the front. I just kind of threw it in my cart. But once I got home, and you can probably see from here, there's definitely some discoloration around this top here. So I don't know if someone had it sitting in an attic or in a basement or something, and it probably just got water that dripped on it. And you can see here this one little spot too, some of this yarn color bled down. But I have been Googling and Googling trying to figure out how to restore this, where to kind of get this out without ruining the entire piece. And pretty much everything says either take it all apart out of the frame, which it's all kind of sealed in there as you can see, and then bring it to a dry cleaner or have someone professionally clean it, or just leave it as is. So I'm really curious, what would you do with this piece? Like, do you have a trick on how to clean this background material, or would you just sell it as is and that's part of the charm for how old this piece is? So I'm really curious your thoughts. Let me know down below what you think I should do, because I'm kind of stumped. I do really like it the way that it is, but for resale value, you know, I don't know if that would hurt, you know, someone else purchasing it. So let me know down below what you think. So the last thing I found at Savers in the wall art section was this amazing painting. It's signed Bennett, and I haven't been able to find anything about that artist. There's a lot of people that are also with the last name Bennett, but nothing that has this matching signature to it. So if you know anything about this artist, please let me know. I think I found one other piece by that has the same signature, and I had the same problem last time. So I was just obsessed with this piece. I mean, how often do you find, you know, jugs and things like this at the thrift store or at the flea market? But to have someone sit down and do a still life of it versus, you know, just a big floral arrangement or something like that, I thought was kind of a fresh take on this kind of painting, and really just unique. And honestly, with these like dried hydrangeas, it's kind of sentimental to me because my daughter loves to pick those for me. My mother-in-law has a few of those bushes in her yard, and every time she goes over there, she brings me one. So I actually have one from last year still sitting in an old little whiskey bottle on our bookshelf, and I get to see it every day. So this was actually more of a special piece to me. I love the wood color on it. It's got the perfect amount of wear and just charm, and I think it's a good mix of like the cottage style, a little bit of farmhouse, and vintage, which we all love. So I'm just so excited about this piece. It does have a sticker on the back, and it's like kind of explaining the painting, or like how it was framed, but half of it's ripped off, so I can't really see. And this little piece here on both sides is starting to come loose, so the canvas is kind of coming out a little bit, but that should be easy enough to fix, and this will most likely go in my vintage booth. But I'm kind of thinking about keeping it for myself. So we'll see what happens. You gotta stay tuned for that one. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed taking you thrifting again with me, and I hope you enjoyed it too. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so because it would really help me out as I'm trying to grow this channel. And if you have any feedback about what your favorite piece was, maybe there was something that I missed that you definitely would have picked up, or just any feedback on these videos so far. I am so appreciative of every comment that I've gotten so far. I've learned a lot, I'm taking away a lot, and improving on every video. So I really appreciate your support, and I'm so excited to take you along with me next time. Until then, keep finding some good treasure.